Rising costs for groceries and insurance continues to cause angst for a lot of Americans. Yesterday, our Nancy Cordes spoke to people in Pennsylvania ahead of the president's speech there. Here's what they had to say.
Truthfully, I think he's very out of touch. He doesn't come from a place of understanding.
The economy is not good. I don't see promises being kept. I think there's too much concentration on other countries.
What grade would you give the economy right now?
Oh, I would give it a D.
I would think a B minus.
All right, so let's go live out to the White House to CBS News senior White House correspondent Weijia Jiang. Weijia, the president took to the stage to talk directly to those very voters who were shopping for milk and eggs and bread there where Nancy was in the grocery store. Any sign that he's taking those concerns into consideration?
Well, the president continued a very similar message that we heard leading up to this event, which was to defend his policies, to defend what the administration has done so far to bring the prices down, which he says is happening every day. The problem, Reed, is that those words do not match what people are feeling. Like you just played, those people that Nancy spoke with, they expected the president to really do something about those skyrocketing prices that did start under the previous administration. That, of course, is a big reason why he was elected as president, because that is what he focused on during the campaign. And now it's a little unclear what he means when he continues to say that this idea of affordability is somehow made up. Take a listen.
And I said it the other day, and a lot of people misinterpreted. They say, oh, he doesn't realize prices are coming down very substantially. But they have a new word. They always have a hoax. The new word is affordability. So they look at the camera and they say, this election is all about affordability.
Well, it is all about affordability, Reed, as it tends to be anytime you have an election, whether it's at the state or federal level. And so this is going to be difficult for him to find a message that really sticks. We know that he's going to be trying a lot ahead of the midterms to really resonate with people who continue to say they just can't afford things, Reed.
Yeah, it's expensive out there. So as we wait to hear what the Fed will say about interest rate cuts, what can you tell us about a meeting at the White House for the Fed Chair Powell's replacement?
So just about 2 weeks ago, when I spoke to the president about this and asked, about his final decision, he actually told us on Air Force One that he had decided on who he was going to nominate to replace Jerome Powell. Now we know that he is conducting final interviews with multiple people, including a former governor at the Federal Reserve, Kevin Walsh. And here's what the president said about that.
Will you be holding a final round of interviews for Fed Chair this week? There was a report that you'd be meeting with Fed Governor Kevin Walsh.
We're going to be looking at a couple of different people, but I have a pretty good idea who I want.
So he has been very tight-lipped, but what will really be interesting, Reed, is if whoever he chooses has indicated that they are willing and ready to take the president's advice when it comes to rates and rate cuts. We know the president has said multiple times that he thinks Jerome Powell should be listening to him, even though the Fed is supposed to be completely separate and independent from the White House. Another name that is at the top of the list is Kevin Hassett, who of course currently works as a close advisor to the president here in the administration. Kevin's actually going to be out here on the North Lawn for an interview, so we might get a crack at whether he's had his interview yet, Reed.
All right, fascinating times. We know you'll get it. Weijia Jiang, always good to talk to you there from the White House.